where if you can hear me, sorry, I'm a little bit disorientated because you know when you start something and it doesn't start off right, you sort of like get out of shape. But you know what? We're just going to go in it. We want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to the Most High for your wisdom, knowledge, understanding, and love that you have lavished on us. I want to say thank you to blessradio.org management and engineers. I want to say hi to all the fellow presenters, the DJs, males and females on this station. Also want to say thank you to Raggedy for your 2 hours of wonderful music up top, then followed by DJ Cameo, and then to Lady Leo. Don't ask me, just do not ask me. Today we've got quite a few bits to share with you. Got quite a lot of feedback because this week I have been out since I left you last week Friday. We have been on the road trying to support as much community events as possible. That has been so eventful, so enlightening, so inspiring. So we're going to give you some feedback on that. Today's date is the 21st of September 2018. Want to say big up to one of my nephews, Shiloh. It's your birthday today. Hi, how you doing? Want to say thank you. Hello to all you listeners there. Those of you who are on your way home right now, hope you've had a wonderful day from work, school, play, whatever it is that you've been doing, college. Those of you who are just on your way out to work, want to say I hope you have a wonderful evening in your place of work. Try not to let anybody stress you out or anything like that. Yeah, I want to go right into the community information show. If this is the first time you have ever locked onto this station at this time, I want to say welcome. You're in tune to Lady Leo, who's myself, and this is the community information show. On the community information show, we share community information. It's just as basic as that. Sharing community information so you can know what's happened, what's going to happen, and what you maybe want to get involved in, all right? So once again, you're listening to Lady Leo on blessradio.org. To everybody who can hear me, want to start off at top by just saying what happened last week Saturday. Last week Saturday, I took myself down there to the Lordship Rex. Down there, they had an event where people was showing off their produce, whatever they've produced. They're going to be selling down there. Was able to pick up some onions and stuff to plant for the winter. Ready, the little baby ones. So for those of you who's been growing your own food, want to say well done. We've had a lot of wonderful weather this year, able to produce so much of our own foods. And you know what? I'm going to be pushing that. So next year, we need to all be doing as much as we can to grow our own food. We're complaining so many times of food that is false, food that is fake, food that is coated with wax, food that is bumped up, beefed up, whatever. A lot of air and a lot of chemicals inside the food. Grow your own, eat off the fat of the land, they say. Grow your own. The holy book, those of you who read the Bible, and I can't speak for the Quran or the Torah, but I'm sure that in those books as well, the same things there. It tells you how to live. It tells you how to eat. It tells you what to eat. It tells you when to eat. So these are the things that we should be doing, is following these words and living and, knowing what our food is that we're putting in our system. Okay. Yes, that's me, a bit of a stutter there, but hey, Lady Leo, down to earth. Yes, that's where we was on Saturday. I want to say hi to Marie and your sister Paulette, who was down there, and the children that you had who've grown their own stuff and they were selling it. There's lots of children selling their own produce down there. Wonderful. These children need to be, or all children need to be, encouraged into being their own bosses for the future. We shouldn't just grow our children to work for someone else. We can grow them to work for themselves, and their families. So I want to say well done to all the children down there. DJ Robbie as well, I saw you down there sharing and selling a lot of your produce, and some was so big and fat and long. I don't know what you're using to grow some of them food there, but I need to speak to you more so I can maybe get mine to grow like that as well. Then from there, I walked it from there and went down to the Black Child Agenda on St. Anne's Road. What a walk, because no buses run along there, quite a bit down there. So you had to walk from, I think, Lordship Rex to I think it was Black Boy Lane, where I was able to get the bus to go to thing. I was tired by the time I got to St Anne's Road, you know, so I didn't hear much of the beginning, but the Black Child Agenda was ram-packed, solid packed of people interested in the what is happening with the children. There was a speaker down there talking about autism, so that was very enlightening for me. And there's lots of other speakers, mentoring and what. I forgot to brought with the brochure, but you know, I can always do that next week. It doesn't matter, you know. I forgot to brought with the brochure to pick up all the people that were there. So it's lovely that we're out supporting these functions. Sunday, I went to didn't walk this time. I took the bus to St Anne's Road, and we went again the St Anne's Library. Again, there was another event there, and that was the the breakdown of the Black Panther. That was a Black Panther decoded, delivered by the wonderful Andrew Mohammed, talking about all the aspects, the colours, the information, history, all tied into one presentation. Lovely, phenomenal presentation. So I want to say thank you to Andrew Mohammed. The organisers there was the More Knowledge Show. Yes, want to pick up the More Knowledge Show on another station. They put that event on, and it was wonderful. I also want to say hi to a young group of boys who are the Gold Onyx stewards that were working down there. Those were the boys in the yellow t-shirt, for those of you who was down there. Those were our very own stewards. That was their first week working, their first assignment working as a group. I want to say hi to Patrick, Reese, Jaden and Javon. A lot of lovely feedback there that you've done so well. So that was for you. Also want to, I think say hi to Lady Essie as well. That was, and who's the other one? Ricardo, part of the More Knowledge Show crew. Last night I went down to the the 260th. That's the 260th birthday of Jean-Jacques Dessalines. That was the general, the first emperor of Haiti. So I'm going to give you some feedback on that a little bit later on. And I'm just going to read some community information for you to let you know what's happening, let you know what's going on round and about the place, that you can get yourself involved in. Then we're going to come back to that. We do have a guest coming in today. Not quite sure how far they are at the moment, but we're going to have the wonderful Michael from Biz Communications coming in, and he's going to tell you all that he's done in the past and all that that is coming up on his calendar for the next couple of weeks, months, okay, that you can get involved in as well. So as ever, a lot of us don't like to talk about money, but you know, money makes the world go round. A lot of people don't like to ask for money. A lot of people don't, you know, they don't like to, and a lot of us like to live within our means, which is great. You know, it's good when you don't have to have people don't have people running you down for money that you borrowed and you can't pay back. So in terms of that, you know, that's the only way to get our functions, our organizations, ourself moving towards the right direction in relation to nation building. So one of the organizations that I want to talk to you about, when I mention it every week, and for those of you who are new, you'll hear it today, it's the BAID Fund. The BAID Fund stands for the Black African Economic Development Fund. And they're a fund that all they're asking for is £1 a week. There's 52 weeks in a year. So you can decide whether or not you want to donate weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly. Yeah, all they're asking for is £52. And what they've been doing is they've been accumulating pots of money and giving out money to needy organizations in the community. So they do have a criteria. So what you can do, you can also approach them to see if they can help with anything that you're putting on. They will decide whether or not your application is viable and help you on your way to whatever it is that you're doing. So the main aim of the BAID Fund is to help Black African communities set up businesses and partnerships in the UK and Africa and around the world. Okay, so it says putting our pounds together ensures economic development and self-reliance for the entire black community. It says here, let's unite and donate to our future today. All right, so what you can do is, it's got here hashtag Black Unity. You can go on the internet, you can type in the Bade Fund. Now, the Bade Fund is actually spelled B-A-E-D, Bade Fund, okay? Go on their internet, www.badefund.co.uk, and it says here, our future is our business, okay? It's nobody else's business but ours, right? Our future is our business. And like I said before, there's many different ways to donate. So you can set up a standing order. You could just make one-off payment. For those of you who can afford to make a one-off payment and you can't be bothered to keep, you know, money coming out of your account ever so often, or forgetting to pay or forgetting to top up your account so that it can come out swiftly, just do the one-off £52, yeah? Those of you who can't, there's many ways, but it says by any means, well, I'm saying by any means necessary, whatever works for you and your family. You don't want to be donating something and leaving yourself short. So, but, you know, make sure you sort out your finances before you go to support others. You can't support, the first person you should be able to support is yourself. Once you can do that, you can then help to support others. Yeah. So that's the Bade Fund. Also want to tell you about the Holy Coptic Church. Going to be having somebody coming in from their organization and over the next couple of weeks, just to tell you what they're doing in October. They've got a jam-packed events on Wednesday nights. So if you don't normally do anything on a Wednesday night, or even if you do something on a Wednesday night, you might want to change it to another night so you can take part in what the Holy Coptic Church are doing. Now, the Holy Coptic Church, they're presenting African Holocaust Month. That's what they're calling October. You know, most of us call it Black History Month, and that's why it's getting gobbled up by other communities. So they've called it by one of its rightful names, the African Holocaust Month, a series of free seminars during the month of October. That's Wednesday. It starts on Wednesday, the 3rd of October. They're going to be showing the film Black Wall Street. This seminar will highlight the hidden story of Black Wall Street and how the eradication of a prosperous African American city in the 1920s relates to us in the 21st century. The speakers for that is Brother D from Supreme Radio and Markunda Nefer. Nefer, yeah. Also on Wednesday, the 10th of October, Life and Times of Baba Marcus Garvey. This seminar depicts the life and times of Baba Marcus Garvey and his achievements. We will discuss the influence of the Holy Coptic Church in moving forward with some of the aims of the Marcus Garvey, introducing the reparation of African people back to Africa. The speakers for that one is Aker Hotep Tar and Kwesi Nkrumah. On Wednesday, the 17th of October, they've got the destruction of Africa, that scorched earth policy. Yeah? So they'll be looking at that policy, the scorched earth policy. This seminar will discuss and shed light on some of the destructions of our ancient cities and the removal of our achievements. The speakers for that is Monde Ngole and Tefnut Amon Kar Apep. Okay? On Wednesday, the 24th of October, I do want to apologize if I've pronounced some of these names wrongly. Sometimes, you know, because I'm not familiar with the names, my tongue gets lost around the letters. So I do want to apologize. It's not intentional. Okay. That's something I think should say. On Wednesday, the 24th of October, we've got the London Plight. That's the destruction of our youth. This is something that should be dear to everybody's heart, because they say our children are our future. Now, if our children are our future and our children are in crisis, what kind of future is there going to be? You see, so we need to really think about this and get on board of any children and young people's organizations and see how we can strengthen them. So once again, on Wednesday, the 24th of October, it's called London Plight, the destruction of our youth. This seminar will explore the killings related to gang warfare in London and its impact on our young people. The speakers for that one is Junaid Odecho, Odet, Odaucha, Odaucha, and Wabak Henu. All right. These are all Wednesdays of the month of October, okay, which we're calling the African Holocaust Month. Wednesday the 31st, which is the last, it's got cultural diffusion. Yeah. This seminar will focus on how the removal of our true religion and spiritual ways of living has put us in a spell of monotheistic religion. Yeah. Speakers are Kahun Montutar, otherwise known as Pastor Wright. For all these seminars on Wednesdays, they start at 7 p.m. sharp. You can come as early as 6:30 because the doors open at 6:30. The event starts at 7 sharp. This is going to take place at New T Chances, 399 High Road, Tottenham, London, N17 6QN. Okay, it's got refreshments, books and other products on sale. As for children's events, they've also put on a couple of children's events, and the first one is going to be Tuesday the 23rd of October. That's in the half term. Yeah, we've got a half term coming up in October. I think it's the last week. So from 1 to 3:30, we're going to be showing some children's films. That's in conjunction with Goldonics, who run the Children's Cultural Film Club. So it's in conjunction with Goldonics, and they're going to be showing some films that celebrates the lives of the Bibis and Babas. Now, Bibis and Babas just means heroes and sheroes. Yeah. So that's the Bibis and Babas. This series of short films will depict the lives of renowned men and women throughout our history. Adults, you're free. Children, you're £3. 1, 2, 3, £3. The venue for this is Tottenham Chances, 399 High Road, Tottenham, London, N17 6QN. And on Saturday the 27th of October, we're going to have the Children's British Museum tour, okay? They've done these ones in the past, and they're going to be putting it on again. Went very, very well before. So this tour will bring history alive from the African perspective. Again, adults free, children £3. For more information, you can contact the Holy Coptic Church events team on 07903 130 472. That's 07903 130 472. Now, this is for the month of October, which is in just a couple of weeks. Quite a few bits of seminars going on there for adults and children. Do remember, as I always try to encourage you, that when you go along to seminars, do walk with pen and paper, just in case there's none there available for you, so you can make your own notes, because all this is part of education, and nothing's more like when you leave somewhere and there's something you want to go and research and you've just totally lost the concept of what it was. But if you could just make some notes, that will help jog your memory in terms of remembering what the concept was, so therefore you can go and do your own research and delve into it a bit more. Once again, we do say support events, and it's lovely to see. I mean, last weekend, as I said before at the beginning of the show, and I was just telling you about where I've been, these events that I've been going to have been well attended, very, very, very well attended. And and it's good when events are well attended, because not only does everybody end up having a good time in terms of knowledge and learning things, but it looks as organizations are supported, because what you do not want to be saying is that you never know what it's got till it's you never know what you've had till it's gone. Don't wait for organizations to fold. Don't wait for seminars to stop being put on for you. Don't wait for speakers to get fed up of coming to an empty room before you decide to say, oh my gosh, we should have supported it, we should have done this, we should have done that. Don't live your life like that. Get up and live your life to the full. Go and get knowledge. Go and see what's out there. Go and support other people. That's what it's all about, support, because this is going to help build a nation. Okay, nation building is a very difficult thing if we're not doing it in unison and harmony. We need to strengthen those who are working. Everybody has a part to play. Everybody, from the youngest child right up, everybody's got a part to play in nation building. We all don't sit and do the same thing over and over again. Other people do this bit, some do that bit. You know, it's all how we work together as a community. Yes. Let me quickly tell you about last night. It was wonderful. I don't know if you've heard much about what is going on in Haiti at the moment, but there is an uprising going on in Haiti. But before I get to that, let me talk about the night that was put on. The night was down at the Embassy of the Republic of Haiti. Okay, it was a fabulous day. As I said before, it was a 260th birthday celebration of Jean-Jacques Dessalines. The room was packed. It was lovely. It was a lovely vibe down there. It was good to see so many people that I've not met before. I think there was only 9 people there who I knew, so that was great. The event was very well organized and very educational. Now, for those of you who are listening and think, well, who is Jean-Jacques Dessalines? And if he's died so long ago, why do we need to be celebrating his birthday? What's so special about him? Well, he was born on the 20th of September, 1758 in Guinea. His nationality was Haitian. He was assassinated on the 17th of October, 1806 in Haiti. All right. He was one of Toussaint Louverture's generals. He was one who, along with Toussaint Louverture, started the Haitian Revolution. Remember, Haiti was the first country to gain independence. So that in itself is one of the reasons why these men should be remembered. The Haitian Revolution began on the 22nd of August, 1791. And on the 18th of November, Dessalines and Toussaint Louverture led the revolutionaries on the Battle of, Vertières, where the French forces were defeated. Their motto was liberty or death. There was nothing in between it, either freedom or death. They were willing to fight to the end. Okay. And that was their motto. Haiti became independent on the 1st of January 1904. Last night we saw some videos, Professor John Small speaking, giving us some words of encouragement. There was also a performance by a young lady. I didn't get her name, but a young lady performed. She performed a song and dance called Dambala, and that was affiliated with the serpent. She explained that the serpent represents healing, just like in the book, the good book of the Bible, where Moses used the serpent to heal the people. And also, I don't know if those of you who may not know, but for those of you in the medical profession, she was explaining that the symbol of the medical profession, there's a serpent going round the stick, I think it is, or something like that. So those are all depictions of the serpent being used for healing. Currently, as I said to you before, there is a uprising in Haiti, something that's been not so well known. That is because on the 6th of July of this year, it says here, tens of thousands of Haitians poured into the streets of Port-au-Prince to demand the resignation of the president, who's Jovenel, I think it's Moise. The protests were sparked by the government's announcements that it would reduce or remove the subsidies on fuel. Now, where did the subsidies come from in the first place? Well, Venezuela gave Haiti £3.1 billion loan, and the people are demanding to know what happened to the loan. And because there's nothing coming forward, they're on the streets protesting. So that's what's going on in Haiti at the moment. Not quite sure what coverage there is on that. But one of the good things also that's happened in Haiti recently, I don't know if you know, that on the 18th of August 2018, there's a road in America, New York, and it's called Rogers Avenue. It's in the Flatbush area. That road was renamed Jean Jacques Dessalines, right? So it's co-named. So it's got two names, but the Haitians, you know, I think there's a lot of Haitians in that area, so therefore they've renamed the streets. Down there yesterday at the embassy, there was we was able to taste Haitian coffee. I only had a little bit because I don't really like coffee myself, but you know, I was able to taste it, and also the lovely scrumptious cake. I don't know who made the cake, but it's a really, really nice cake. We also had some songs down there. It was just nice vibe. For me, the reason why I went is because one, I want to know more about Haiti anyway, but it's good to know something about somebody else. Normally we hear a lot about Jamaica and Ghana and Nigeria and these things over and over again, but sometimes it's good to just go and do something else in another community. So it was lovely to go and mingle with the brothers and sisters from Haiti who's resident here, and they're putting on quite a few things in the community that, you know, I thought was really, really nice. We also met a brother who's invested £1 million in Haiti. He's done things like opened a supermarket in Haiti. He's also got a hotel, 28 bedrooms, and he's one of his long-term visions is that one day he might become the president someday. So those are all things that we discussed and heard and talked about yesterday and celebrated yesterday. Yeah, really good. I just want to say big up to a couple of people that I saw down there. Wonderful Mario and his wife and the rest of the crew that put the event on. It was my first time to a Haitian event. Also want to say hi to Jan Francis, Ray Hendrick, Arthur Torrington. Lovely to see you. So lovely to see you. Elder Pepperkai as well. Amagat Gay and Sister Aluya and Ken. Those were down there. And just so that you know that the Haitian community, they're having a Experience Haiti night. And that's going to be taking place at the Cottons restaurant in Camden, and that's on the 20th of October. So I just thought I'd share that with you because for me it was a learning process. I learned some more, added more to my African history studies. So that's that. Okay, you're in tuned to blessradio.org. This is the Community Information Show. Like I said before, we did have organized for a guest to come in today. Haven't seen him yet, but as soon as he comes, we'll interview him. That's Brother Michael from Biz Communications. Yes, so that's that. What I'm going to do for you right this moment, where's that? Things have gone walking in here. I wonder if, yeah, anyway. Let me keep rambling on until I find what I'm looking for. More community information news. Want to say big up to Black History Studies. They've got an event on tonight. They've got oh sorry, have I come away from the mic? Sorry. Oops. Black History Studies. They've got an event on tonight. They've got the Black Panther Decoded Again is going on tonight. That's the Black History Studies. I was just going to get the address for that. Things have just gone off my screen a bit, so that's one thing with technology. Things go off the screen quite a few times when you're dormant, when it's dormant. So let's just go into that one and bring that up for you. If you have any community news that you would like to share, the telephone number is 07944 431 366. That's 07944 431 366. And as I said before, just going to give you the information here. I think that the Black History, yes, it's already started, hasn't it? Yes. So therefore, if you haven't got yourself in there already, you will be too late. Yes, because it started already. This is blessradio.org. You're in tune to the Community Information Show here on Bless Radio, and this is Lady Leo speaking. Still trying to find the information. Never mind. You know what? I'm gonna play a tune for you whilst I have some water and come back after the break of music. Oh. Oops, Daisy. Seems that nothing's going right today for some odd reason. Lordy, 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 lord. Yes. You know what? For some odd reason, things are different computer. Things are not working right today, but you know what? This is the Community Information Show. Let's keep going. Right. Okay. Going to give you something to do with Black History Walks. They've got quite a few events coming up this month. And one of the things that they've got is they've got the Superheroes Day. So here it is for you. Right. Where is it? Sorry. Superheroes Day, the 30th of September by Black History Walks. It says the date is the 30th, which is 3 to 6 p.m. and it's 3 to 6 p.m. The location is the Goulburn Youth Club. That's opposite Skates Park, 66 Acklam Road, London, W10 5YU. It says the original 3-hour event is repeated by popular demand. African superheroes, many artists are making up for the severe lack of positive images of Black people in animated films and comics. And there's lots more to this than Black Panther. This animation festival is for 60 to 60-year-olds, and it will feature a variety of African-themed cartoons and authentic Black history, which will tell tales of magical Nigerian women, warriors, Anansi, the West African folk hero, the story of Ogun and Oshun, teenage Black superheroes, and more. The cost for this is 9 and below, you're free. 10 years and over, and also adults, you're £8. More information, click on to eventbrite.co, and it says African Superheroes African Superheroes Day, 30th of September. So if you're looking for tickets for that event, you can go down and get some information on that. Yeah, that's another thing coming up there. More information for you. We also have, just to remind you that it is the International Decade of People of African Descent. Okay. So that's again this year. So what it's saying is that if you want to put on an event in relation to the International Decade of People of African Descent, you can contact this information, which is the information for this is, sorry. Oh. Yes. www.bit.ly ref, that's REF 16, okay? So that's the International Decade for People of African Descent, and that is running from 2015 to 2024. Okay, so it's got here, if you're interested in putting on any events in relation to that, you can also get a logo, download the logo off the website and put it on all your promotional materials, okay? So that's the International Decade of People of African Descent that stops in 2024. It's funny, because although it started in 2015, I think I must have found out a bit about it late last year. So again, as you know, when it comes to things that we're doing, the promotion isn't always there. So it's for us to be talking about what we're doing, how we're doing it, and promoting it for ourselves and our community. All right. Just to remind you of the Africa Bantu Saturday School. The Africa Bantu Saturday School is one of our many Saturday schools that we've got in the community. The address for this is St Martin's Community Centre, Abbots Park, Upper Tulse Hill, London SW2 3PW. The buses for this is 201, 415 and 432. The trains for this is Tulse Hill Station, and this is every Saturday from 9:15 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. All right, and that says during term time only. I want to big up all the staff at the Saturday School for the Africa Bantu Saturday School. Their telephone number is 07486 388 587. That's 07486 388 587. They do excellent academic and cultural education. They teach maths, English, science, and Black history, and they also talk about a lot of our heroes and sheroes in those fields as well. So if you're interested in attending a Saturday school, you can attend this one, or there are others. And you know what you can also do? If you go on the NABS website, the National Association of Black Supplementary Schools, you can that's a database that can tell you where all the supplementary schools are in your area. So if you have a young person that you think might benefit from extra additional support in relation to their education and their identity, you can go onto the website and you can find one in your area and send your children there. All right, we've also got here the Black History Studies group, who also put on quite a few different courses and trips. Okay, so if you want to get in touch with them, you can click onto their website, which is www.blackhistorystudies.com. That's www.blackhistorystudies.com, and their telephone number, they've got two telephone numbers, 0208 881 0660. That's 0208 881 0660, or you can telephone 07951 234 233. That's 07951 234 233. Okay. It's got here what they do is, the services that they do is Black History and Black History Studies presentations, short courses on Black History and Black Studies, beginners Black Studies courses, Black History courses for families, Black History workshops for young people, museum tours, film screening and film festivals. It says books and cultural products, presentations, workshops for hire, and much more. Sometimes when you come across an organization that does a service, if there's something that you wanted to do and you're not sure if they do it, what you can always do is ring them, and they can also tailor some of their services for you. Okay, so that's what you can be doing as well. All right, so if you're thinking of, if you see how an organization puts their things together and you think, gosh, I want them to come down to one of my events, as you know, Black History Month is coming up, you can always contact them to find out if that's something they can do for you, and just give them your requirements, and they should be able to tell you if they can deliver that for you or not. Just want to talk about an organisation that's down there at the Chestnut Community Centre. It says it's called Chestnut Connections. This is something for the elders down there, age 50 plus, with health conditions, and it's a way of helping them to keep in touch with other friends. Okay, because some of our elders, after a while, they some of them do become rather isolated. Do ensure that if you've got elders in your family, you are ensuring that you check up on them. What do they do during the day? Are they sitting there every day with not much to do? These things are the onset of things like Alzheimer's, when you're not using your brain, when they're not using their brain how they should do. So get them out a couple of days a week and get them into some community centres. There's quite a few things on for elders. Now, I'm not saying those who are 50 are elders, but this one is for, it says, helping people age 50 and over with health conditions keep in touch with their friends. Okay, Chestnut Community Centre, that's based at 280 St Anne's Road, London, N15 5BN. Their telephone number is 0208 442 7659. That's 0208 442 7659. And they're there every Wednesday from 2 to 4 p.m. All right. So if you want more information, once again, I'll just read out the number and tell you where they are. That's the Chestnut Community Centre, 280 St Anne's Road, Tottenham, London, M15 5BN, and their telephone number is 0208 442 7659. Yes, just want to say hi to the Ankh Wellbeing Centre. They're based all the way down there in West London. That's the Ankh Wellbeing Centre. It says a home of natural remedies. That's 10 Adelaide Grove, Shepherd's Bush, London, W12 4JJ. Now their telephone number is 0208 743 1985. That's 0208 743 1985. And down there they've got natural body products, organic healthy foods, herbs and supplements, books and information. All right, so that's the Ankh Wellbeing Centre. Live food demonstrations they've got, lectures and workshops, film screenings, vitamins and mineral testing. Consultations are also available, pampering days, business networking and sessions, and they've also got a space for hire. So herbal teas, smoothies, juices, healthy snacks available daily. So if that's something that's up your street, you can go and pop into the Ankh Wellbeing Centre. Once again, just to give you the address, it is 10 Adelaide Grove, Shepherd's Bush, London, NW12 0JJ. Now, the telephone number is 0208, as I said already, 743 1985. And that's the Ankh Wellbeing Centre. Just sharing information here because this is a community information show. Some of these things you might have heard of in the past. Some you may have never heard of them. But it's just letting you know what's going on in and around the community. And their services that are put on by our people, for our people. Yeah. Remember the days when we used to use the slogan FUBU? Yeah, for us, by us. Roomswehave.com. If you're looking for a room, if you have a spare room and you're running low on cash and you're thinking to yourself, oh, maybe I can rent out one of my rooms, you can contact roomswehave.com. Roomswehave.com have accommodation available worldwide. They've got it says Rooms We Have provide a platform for hosts to advertise their accommodation, short-term or long-term stay. Guests find accommodation tailored to their needs and their budgets. The telephone number for this one is 07904 204 490. That's 07904 204 490. Okay, you can also go onto their website, womswehave.com. All right, just to give you something here, it says if you're going to become a host to earn extra cash, you choose when and how long you want to rent. Hosts and guests are matched to your services, and there's a full customer service. One of the things that they do, that I know that they do, is if you've got young people, you know, that maybe very young adults who find it difficult wherever they are, and they have to move, and you're not too sure if they'll be able to look after themselves. Roomswehave.com has also got an outreach service. So once they've placed you in an accommodation, they don't just leave you there and you know, turn up when the rent's due and things like that. They talk to young people. How are you managing? Are you getting your right benefits? Is there anything else that you can access in the community to help you with your living? You know, so it's like a really I'll use the word welfare, because they're looking out for your welfare service that they've put with it. Yeah, so they've got trained workers to help young people and maybe vulnerable people in those situations. All right, so that's roomswehave.com. Do go and look on their website at www.roomswehave.com. All right. Yes, I think here's something that I should share with you. ATA Law, ATA, yeah, ATA Law Solicitors. Is your home suffering from disrepair? Yeah. Rising damp, mold, ill-fitting windows, faulty or broken heating systems, leaky roofs, the list goes on. If your landlord is not carrying out the work that you need, and you would like someone to help you, you can contact ATA Law, because they specialize in this area. Some of you may be even entitled to compensation. You won't know unless you discuss it with somebody who can give you the right information. So give them a call, 0203 581 9293. That's 0203 581 9293. Or you can email them for more information. It says info@atalaw, that's ATALAW. So it's atalawsolicitors.com. That's atalawsolicitors.com. Okay, so those are some of the questions. If you've got damp, mold, or anything like that, you can check that out in terms of the law, and making sure that you get the service and support that you need for whatever the circumstances is or are. All right, so that's ATA Law. Got a couple more things here for you. Remember that this month, September, is Sickle Cell Awareness Month. So I want to big up the sickle cell cause community, and I want to big up Samantha and Leanne and all the other people down there that are part of the sickle cell cause. And wherever you can support, I do think that they've got a sponsored walk coming up very soon. So if I come across that information throughout the course of the show, I will share that with you. Also, just to give you something here, we have Action for Education. Are you serious about studying? Are you worried about finances, disability, or unemployment? Well, you don't need to worry anymore. The Working Action Group will support you through your study process, and help with things like expenses while studying. If you want more information, you can contact their 24-hour work line, which is the Working Action Group, 0345 055 9859. Sometimes, you know, you might not get down these numbers, but the best thing to do is get the name of the organization, because then you can go and Google it. So for this one, it's the Working Action Group. All right. So you can contact the Working Action Group. If you're thinking of going to study, you might be working for years and you think, I really want to have a change. I really want to do something different. How will I manage? How will I sustain myself? So those are some of the things that you can be doing. For those of you who are thinking of going abroad, you know, going to checking out what's happening in Africa, we have a number of different organizations here, which I'm going to read out for you. And they can, you could decide whether or not you want to go on any of these tours to get some more information about the countries. This one is Ghana, and this is run by the Calabash Hub. They have a 10-day journey designed for you to reconnect to the motherland. This grassroots adventure will give you the chance to enjoy and live through the rich history and traditions of the Central, Ashanti, Eastern and Greater Accra regions of Ghana, and that's in West Africa. So if you're interested in going to some of their tours, let me just give you a couple of things that they do on their experience over the 10 days. They say is there's an Accra City tour, Independence Square, that's where Kwame Nkrumah's memorial is. Also, an opportunity to learn traditional cooking, drumming and dancing, interaction with chiefs, elders, and also local Ghanaians and the diaspora community. A visit to the Ashanti Kingdom, a Dinkra stamping and Kenti weaving, the Emancipation Candle Ceremony, historical tour of Elmina and Cape Coast dungeons, the village community-based children's project, cultural performances, also homecoming commemoration, travel through the mountains to the botanical gardens, and it says Ledger Beach and sunrise. They're going to take you to a shopping in market and art centre for cultural goods. All right, so that's 10 nights in Ghana. If you're interested, go on info@calabashhub.com. Okay, that is info@calabashhub.com, or you can go on their website, which is www.thecalabashhub.com. And Calabash is CALABASH, thecalabashhub.com. Here's another one. This one is for Gambia, AG Associates Tours, and they do trips of 7 nighs or 14 nights. Okay, so it's up to you. Yeah. For more information, I'm just trying to look quickly at some of the tourist attraction spots that they've got. Okay. Anyway, their telephone number is for 14 nights or for 7 nights is 07903591426. That's 07903591426. All right, and that's, like I said before, that's AG Associate Tours, trips to the Gambia. No, can't see. Off by. No, I can't. Yes, here it is. Yes, what you'll see, it says culture in the Gambia. It's a circle of life. It includes the trips to Senegal Wildlife Safari Park, historical nature wonders and fort in one tour, taste of the Gambia. We can guarantee you will not be disappointed. I'm just looking at some of the other Yes, you'll see. You go up river to the lands of Alex Haley's saga roots, Kunta Kinte Island, and as well. So that's some of the stuff there. Yeah, they don't have it in bullet form there to make it easier to read. We've also got Zimbabwe Toys. That's run by Starlight Global. Now, some of the things that they do, it says you'll walk where the ancestors walk, visit the ruins of the former great royal kingdoms of Zimbabwe. You'll witness views of spectacular awe, inspiring beauty. Visit the beautiful Mosai Awa Tunya, and that's the smoke that thunders, one of the seven wonders of the world, also known as Victoria Falls. It says enjoy some cultural entertainment, journey through the wildlife safari park. It's also got business highlights as well. You can meet some of the entrepreneurs of Zimbabwe. That's meet and greet. Trips to the agricultural and the agribusiness farms. Also observe the food production process. So that's Zimbabwe. Their telephone number is 07961909595. Okay, 07961909595. And that's if you're interested in going to see what they have in Zimbabwe. Another one here for Ghana. Ooh, another one here for Ghana. This one, I'm trying to find the organizer's name, but I can't see it. Just says tours to Ghana. It's got business opportunities, land purchasing, and cultural entertainment. Come and join us for 14 days of embracing Mother Nature, reconnecting with your foreparents who paved the way in setting the foundations for many of today's modern innovations in the arts, science, and spirituality. All right, so for more information, you can contact, is it JB at info at video masters, that's mazte.com, or you can call Marcus on 07506 006 123. That's 07506 006 123. All right. Once again, they do things like business opportunities, land purchasing, and cultural entertainment. And that's another organization that takes you to Ghana. If you do have a trip to go to somewhere else in Africa, because we know there's many different places in Africa that one might want to visit, do get your information into the community information show here on blessradio.org. Telephone number is 07944 431 366. That's 07944 431 366. Or you can contact us via blessradio.org, and community information normally comes in that way too. All right, so once again, every Friday from the hours of 6 to 8, we have the community information show. It's a show where we just let you know what's happening, what has happened, what's going to happen, and what campaigns are going on that you can get yourself involved in or that you can support. All right. Like we said earlier on, in terms of building the nation, there's many different areas towards building the nation. And greetings. And yeah, so that's what you can do. We've got the wonderful Michael in the studio. He's just going to get himself sorted a little bit, and then we'll have a little chat with him to find out what he's been up to, what he's doing, and how you can support him in what he's doing. Yeah. So this is, like I said before, blessradio.org. Just sharing some information with you, community information. Our guest has arrived, so shortly we will be kicking in with him and just finding out what he's up to. Also, to let you know about Auntie Jean's Markets. We do have an ad now on the radio, but in case you missed it, Auntie Jean, she does a Sunday market. She does one on every third Sunday of each month, and also one on the second Sunday of each month. So just going to let you know where they are. On the third Sunday of each month, she does the just looking at this leaflet here, and right, yes, on the third Sunday she does the Canary Wharf. So the Canary Wharf is based at 57 Mill Harbour, London, E14 9TD. That's on the third Sunday of each month. On the second Sunday of each month, she does a Chestnut Community Centre, which is Chestnut Community Centre, 280 St Anne's Road, London, N15 5BN. Now, the next one for the Chestnut, the next day is the 11th of November. All right. So Chestnut will be the 11th of November. That's the next one coming up, as all the others have gone. And for Canary Wharf, we've got the 18th of November. And sorry, let's go back one more, because we've got more in this one. The 21st of October, 18th of November, and the 16th of December. Yeah. So that's the 21st of October, the 18th of November, and the 16th of December. That's for the Auntie Jean's Market. All right. Down there you can get you can do cultural get cultural items, cultural information. Also, if you want to do drumming, and that's from 2 to 3 p.m. Adults are £5, children are free. So if you want more information, you can contact Auntie Jean on 07961 886 032. That's 07961 886 032. Okay, so that's I'm going to leave it there in terms of the community information for now. It's quite a bit, isn't it? Quite a bit that we had a role there. So we're going to now introduce our guest, who is the wonderful Michael from Biz Publications. You know, for years I keep saying Biz Communications and I keep getting it wrong. It's publications, right? So greetings, Michael. How are you?
Greetings, Lady Leo. Greetings.
Greetings. Yeah.
Don't beat yourself up about it. In terms of calling us communications, that mistake has been made a few times in the past.
I seem to do it all the time, though.
As long as you know who we are and what we do, that's that's all good. I'd like to say a good evening to all your guests also.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you just said as long as I know what you do, that's okay. Can you just share with the listeners what you do?
Okay, well, Biz Publications is a publications company that was set up in order to research, document and publish the stories of African people. Too often we found that there was very little information pertaining to the stories of African people, be they from the continent, from the Caribbean, the Americas, or here in Europe. But when we first started doing what we're doing some 20 years now, we found the only bits of material that you could get back in those days were predominantly African American. And again, of course, even that was quite difficult to source. So these are the stories that we publish, again predominantly from African Caribbean writers to tell their stories. and they're available for African Caribbean people. Although anybody who's interested in our stories can also, obtain the publications in order to find out more about who we actually are. So that's some of what we do. We also have two sister companies. One of them is Biz Publishing Courses, which helps aspiring authors become successful self-publishing authors. And that's a company we've been running now for about 7 years. And thankfully, I'm very pleased to say that we've managed to, graduate quite a number of authors through that course, and they've gone on to create their own books and are doing, quite well with their particular publications. So we're very happy about that. It's caught on where some people also do some of our courses or buy some of our learning aids in order to self-publish successfully. Who are some of our clients are based in West Africa, some of them in the Caribbean, and have successfully gone through these courses, and they, as I said, they're doing very well with their particular books.
I think I know one. I think I might know more than one, but one that comes to mind is the guy who wrote Snakes and Chima. Yeah, that's it. Yes. Something snakes. I can't.
Snakes Amongst Shadows.
That's it. Snakes Amongst Shadows. Yeah. I
Yeah.
remember buying the book for my son, and he quite liked it.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah,
So, and that was interesting because we don't often get many people coming to us who write crime fiction.
Okay.
And his books, his genre is around that sort of area. So anybody who're into, crime fiction, the type of things like The Equalizer, even some of the Marvel stuff in terms of Black Panther and things like that, would be interested in his particular work.
Books. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's and he's a local.
Yes.
In fact,
That's right.
Yeah. So and then our third company is focused primarily on all things concerning STEM. For some of your listeners who might not know what that means, it simply means science, technology, engineering, mathematics. And that company is actually taken from one of our titles, and it's called the Black Scientists and Inventors.
Okay.
And so it focuses primarily on that type of stuff.
The Black Scientists and Inventors series, how long has that been going? Because I remember it from yonks back. So when was the first one? Do you remember when the first one was published?
Yeah, I mean, it's been done in different forms. In its current type of format as a book, as a booklet, probably, I think this year it's celebrating its 21st year.
Okay.
Since the first one came out, but it was slightly before that.
So does that mean that it came out before the company was formed, Biz Communications?
I said 20 years.
Exactly.
For the last 2-3 years, I've been saying 20 years.
Okay.
So we've moved on since then.
Okay, so it's over 20 years we've been going. Right, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry to be so precise there.
That's fine. It's good to be corrected. So that's how how long since the first one came out. So for those of you who don't know what the Black Science Inventors are, it's simply a series of books that focuses on the contributions that people of African descent have made in all areas of STEM. And these people, again, could be from Africa, the Caribbean, America, and here in the UK or in different parts of Europe. When we first came out with those books, there were some books on Black Scientists and Inventors, but again, as I said, they're primarily African Americans. So nobody was really speaking about, as far as we were concerned, about our story. Our story. The vast majority of us here in the UK, we have parentage either from the Caribbean or directly from Africa, and so that side of the story wasn't being told. Although the African American story is extremely important, but we need, Ulster, and young
Mm.
people growing up needed something a little bit closer to
Yes,
relate
that's
to.
right. That's right.
And so that's why we started focusing on that. And as I said, why we chose to look at that, because we noticed just in general there was very little information about the black contribution in any
Mm.
under any particular area of human endeavour. Very, very little of this, and of course, if you go into school,
Mm.
you'd find even fewer bits of information, and you were constantly taught about what other people have done,
That's right.
but very little about what
we've
you've
done.
Yeah, and if you speak to most people, and unfortunately, even to this day, to a degree, you'll find that the only introduction that black folk have to their history is from slavery onwards.
Nothing before that.
Exactly, and
It's like we just come in.
yeah, and it's the way the story's been told in terms of slavery. You're not going to learn about what you were talking about earlier when you were talking about the Haitian Revolution and people like Toussaint Louverture and Jean-Jacques Dessalines and some of the other great revolutionaries within that revolution, or some of the other great revolutionaries around the Caribbean and what they did in order to emancipate themselves.
That's right.
You're not going to learn about that in the story, what they teach you in school
that's right.
about enslavement. And so, again, unless you're writing down and then projecting your own narrative, you'll have other people, oftentimes the so-called victor, telling the story
That's
of
great.
the so-called overcome, I guess, to a degree. So that's why it's very important, and we felt it was very important that we start telling these stories. I didn't want to see another generation of people having to go through the brainwashing that I had to endure at school.
That's true, because the young people today don't even realise how privileged they are, because when we was growing up there was practically nothing, and what there was, as you know, was all distorted, whereas now they are privileged. Young people, if you're listening, you are more privileged, because you have us who have written, some of us have written some magnificent pieces of work that you can access, whereas and if there's the internet as well. We never had all that.
Yeah, I don't think today there's much of an excuse for
there
people
isn't.
not knowing certain things. As you were saying, when we were coming up, this information was very difficult to get hold of.
That's right.
We were constantly bombarded on the TV with your Tarzans.
Yes,
and just everything you can possibly think of.
Because they didn't want us to know that our history is built on royalty. Yeah. I was watching something somewhere where they said it's only 400 or 500 years since enslavement, so it's just a little blip in terms of our vast ancestry that we've had. We have young people, our history is based on royalty. Yeah, these 400 years is nothing compared to I don't even know, centuries of
much longer,
centuries and centuries of
you see,
wealth.
The thing is this, I'm a keen follower of a number of people, but one in particular I'll just mention right now. A man who goes by the name of the Most Honourable Marcus Messiah Garvey, and in one of his teachings, he talked about how important it is to read.
That's right.
Gain knowledge. One of his famous quotes that was made a bit more popular, I guess, amongst people in later generations, i.e. Bob Marley, was emancipate yourself from mental slavery, none but ourselves can free our mind. And although there are a number of people who heard that and also repeat those words, I think very few people actually understand what he was saying.
That's right. Or even know it was from him.
Well, there you go. And people speak, in terms of, because it was made into a song, people will sing the song and so forth, but they don't know what they're really actually saying. Why do I believe that? Because evidently some of the things, what he was saying and what was meant to happen hasn't happened.
That's right.
And so it tells me that people really haven't understood those particular words. And so, you know, he went on to say how important it was to read, how important it was to read. He talked about even, you know, in the schooling, he said man doesn't need brick walls in order to get a proper education. And in one of his books called The Message to the People, African Philosophy, he tells you how to do this. And as I said, if I believe personally, if people understood those words which they keep on singing in their household, that book would be on their bookshelf. In fact, it wouldn't be on their bookshelf.
You know that book's hard to get now.
Well,
I've been trying to get that book, and I know that the UNIA has been trying to get that book over here.
Right.
And it's out of print, and there's no record as to when it's going to be reprinted.
Right. Well,
it's a wonderful, it's a phenomenal book. Phenomenal.
Well, one of the reasons as a publisher, I know that when things go out of print and they're no longer in print, is because what do you call it? It's not basically it's not being purchased enough.
I thought it was because Tony Martin's passed.
Well, where that one's concerned, I mean, there may be legal aspects around it. So I don't know that case in in particular, but in general, when a lot of these things happen, when you don't see it in circulation, it's because we're not patronising.
That's right.
The books enough in order to keep them in circulation, and so that should be something that needs to be looked at. But what I'm saying is, when Tony Martin was alive and that book was out, although amongst the so-called conscious community, people were buying that book, it wasn't, in my opinion, enough in as many people's homes as it should be, because there's some essential lessons in there.
We hear about the philosophies and opinions, like the Black Man's Bible, but I learned late about that book, very late for someone who claims to be a follower of Marcus Garvey.
Sure.
Very late about
Marcus Garvey, as you can imagine, what he was doing, organising 6, 7, 8 million, 9 million people, wouldn't have much time to write books himself. That book, so he didn't really write a book. I thought that book in particular was a study guide. It was a course.
That's right.
So that's the closest he got to writing a book, and it was
I think he only ran one course.
Thankfully to Tony Martin, he was able to put it together as a book. So I mean, that is his direct teachings, and it's a brilliant course, and it's something I believe that every Black Saturday school should have. If you haven't got that book,
well, I started reading it about 2 years ago, and I thought, gosh, we should start give it to children from the age of 7. From the age of 7,
absolutely,
because that would change their mindset on
absolutely
where we are today.
So
for those of you who are listening and you're not quite sure what book we're talking about, it's Message to the People by Marcus Garvey.
And in my opinion, again, it doesn't even matter what religion you are, whether you're Christian, Muslim, different sect of Christianity, different sects of Islam, whether you're African spiritual, whatever you're in, just like how Jewish people use the Talmud along with it's got nothing to do with the Torah or the Old Testament, but they use that. Black folk should be using Message to the People. Well,
before you're a Christian, before you're a Muslim or anything else, before you're gay or lesbian or whatever you want, you're black. So that's something we need to get across to
and
people.
Marcus Garvey, what is he known for saying? He's known for saying race first.
That's right.
So that's what came before everything else. It was race first.
Okay. What have you got lined up? I mean, you've got a new book out, a new series, new addition to the series.
Absolutely.
So, new baby.
New baby. It's just about born, so it's getting used to the world at the moment.
Okay.
So this is our book 8. So there's 8 in the series of the Black scientists and inventors, and again, as I said, we featured a number of people from different parts of the African world that are in the book, and for most people, it's the first time they'll ever come across these particular people. So some are historic, i.e., people in antiquity, and there are some that are current. some in science and some in invention. So also those who are currently helps to promote what they're actually doing. Again, my thing is, and I think I heard you say it earlier, in terms of when you were talking about birth from royalty, this, that, and the other. That is a truth. That's reality. And if people realised what we have actually done in the past, if people actually realise how old we actually are,
and what we can do,
and what we have done, you know, it will change the minds of many people. You see, the constant bombardment of negativity around what African people are and what they've done, and all the misinformation, what it does in terms of our young people, it makes them grow up with self-limiting beliefs.
And docile.
Absolutely. And, you know, they grow up in the end with those belief systems, and unfortunately many of them pass it on to their children, and that cycle repeats itself. So it really is a matter of trying to combat that particular thing. Again, when we speak about Marcus Garvey said one of the most dangerous things that were used against African people's propaganda. It's that negative, constant drip, drip, drip propaganda.
From young.
From school, because the propaganda starts in the school textbooks.
That's right.
And unfortunately, many parents don't even know this as well. They don't, because a lot of our people, unfortunately, are not reading enough. Yeah,
that's right.
And so when you're not reading, you're not gathering, and when you're not reading the right type of material, you're not getting the right type of information that you need to combat the onslaught of negative propaganda, negative stuff on your mind, which you will continue go on and perpetuate without even realizing what you're doing. So yeah, from school, and then when they come out of school, at home, just basically everywhere.
And then everywhere on the media, because our children are in so much social media now.
Sure.
And it's all plastered.
Sure.
All this negativity is plastered across the social media. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
You know.
So, you know.
It's funny you should talk about that. My son said to me this evening when we was getting ready to come here, he said, you know what I'm thinking? If children are the future, I don't know what the future's going to be like. Because we do say that, don't we?
Yes.
Children are the future.
Yeah.
And he is 13.
Excellent. That was a good analysis that he picked up, because...
And I wondered that the same as... I don't know if he's heard me say it, but for him to come, he was getting ready and he came to me with it.
That's brilliant.
And he goes, gosh, man. You know?
Because it's been said, if you want to know what the future's going to look like,
look at the children.
Young people now. Yeah, look at them now. That's the future. So you'll be able to tell what your future will be.
I feel sorry for us lot, you know, because if they're our future and they're going to be looking after us when we're meant to be in the old people's homes, and they've already got a don't care attitude, what is there for us?
Yeah. Well, you know, that's what I mean. Some of it may look bleak, but you know, these are the things that if we analyze it and look at it quickly enough, and
we can do something about it.
Yeah, we can put, you know, do things something. But if we just leave it or just say, forget it, then yeah, what you're saying could, you know, become real. And so, you know, that power is in our own hands. You know, that power is in our own hands. And one of the great things about us, regardless of the onslaught that happens and has happened through, you know, for the last 500 years, you know, perhaps even going back 6,000 years, we've still always been able to reinvent ourselves and continue creating. And a lot of that is highlighted in those black scientists and inventor books. You know, sometimes when I'm speaking to young people, they often, well, older people as well, they often feel that we just came to this country yesterday. Yeah? the best they know is that we may have been in this country about 70 years.
Not realising we've been here since the Romans days.
Well, absolutely, since the Roman days.
And not before, I think.
In fact, before that, because when the Romans came over here, one of their great scholars writes in his book, Pliny, that when he came, he saw people with dark skin and curly hair.
That's right.
Who was he talking about? Yeah. And when you say these things, you know, a lot of black people just can't fathom it, many of us, because you haven't been told any of this, and the images that you see on TV are completely
Not
opposite to that. And then
John Blank in Henry the Eighth. He's the trumpeter, the trumpeter. Black people.
Well, what you'll find in every single century,
there's some black people there.
There's the black
I
representation.
think I even heard that we were there first. Anyway.
Absolutely. Well, we actually.
I haven't gone into that much, but I have heard that if anybody should come out of England, it should be the others, not us.
Well, I mean, this country, there's always been different tribal people coming, you know, over here, different groups. I mean, in a book that we published a few years ago, it was the 5th book in our series, and it was called Black Scientists and Inventors in the UK, Millenniums of Inventions and Innovations. Now, most people know a millennium is 1,000 years.
That's right.
But we're saying it as a plural, many thousands of years. So, quite rightly, what you said in terms of the Roman times, we know that's a matter of fact. That's a matter of fact. There's no dispute in that. Right. Yeah. And we're told what the Romans brought in terms of the road system, the straight roads, the sewage system. I mean, I can go on and on and on. These are certain technologies that the Romans brought over here, yeah? But we were a part of that Roman group that came over here and established this as one of their provinces within the Roman Empire. So that's just a matter of fact. But when children are learning about Romans, they're not going to see any black people. You know, even though one of the main emperors at the time, Septimius Severus, was here.
That's right.
Yeah, but still they refuse to show, or they depict him looking
in black
differently. Yeah. And if they say I'm talking rubbish, all you need to do is look at Egypt. When you talk about Egypt, most people don't even know that Egypt's in Africa.
That's right. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And they're actually teaching that it's in the Middle East.
Absolutely. Well, worse, in my days, we all thought it was in Europe.
Yeah, that's right.
Because of the way way it was being taught. And then one day I looked at a map and I said, hang on a minute, is this a continent? Okay, Africa. And I saw Egypt. Wow. But you were always making it out as if it was in Europe.
But my son started secondary school 2 years ago. He's in year 9. And when he first went in, he said to me, Mummy, would you believe that they had Egypt coloured in part of the sea? And he's telling the teacher that that's where Egypt's supposed to be. The teacher told him, no, it's the sea. So I said, don't argue with the teacher. So I just gave him the map to take in the next day. And he said he had a group of children around him looking at his map. Because where Egypt was supposed to be the sea, according to the teacher.
So it's these things that are constantly being perpetuated, and perpetrators like to this very day. If you go to the British Museum,
we're going there soon.
You've got Africa. You'll find Africa, whatever, which is a continent, but for some strange reason, it's completely separate from the Egypt section. Even though that Egypt's in Africa.
In Africa, yeah.
So what are they trying to tell you? You know. So this happens even to this very day. So you know, people have to understand, and unless you understand what's going on, you're going to miss all of this.
And it's funny because this is part of the white supremacist indoctrination, you know, and people don't realise. They just don't realise, and it's not by default. It's by design.
Absolutely.
For us not to know.
Yeah. Because again, as I said, if our children realise they're very old people,
they'll be very powerful.
They're not here. They didn't just come on this planet 6,000 years ago. Yeah, right. According to the scientists' records, they've been here for at least 6-7 million years.
That's right.
Yeah, and some of the oldest inventions that they've seen are at least 500,000 years ago. That's the ones they can find so far. And I'm sure as they keep on digging and digging, they'll find more. Yeah,
that's right.
So they're very old. And then when you compare them with other people that just came here 6,000 years ago, you know, you got to ask yourself, well, what were black folk doing for millions and millions of years before you know, these other people come?
That's it. Talk it.
So, but they're not told this, you see. They're not told this.
And that's why it's so important that we get ourselves into schools. Next month is Black History Month, African Holocaust Month. And if you have packages that you can put together, try and see if you can get into the schools in your area and present these packages. Make sure you have it, geared to the right age group, so that schools are more receptive to allow you into schools to teach. Don't think that schools are not interested in you being there, because I've been into schools and I know lots of other people. Have you been into schools? Yes, you see. It's not always difficult. It's about your package. You have to make sure that your package is good enough to take it into schools. Our young people need to be taught this. And once again, I want to big up the Saturday schools who are doing phenomenal work in the community, promoting our story with the young people. Yeah.
Yes, and yeah, I've seen some great work from some of these Saturday schools, and some great work also from homeschoolers that have done some brilliant work with their children, and of course they're now starting to reap the benefits of some of that great work. But just to come back to this book, I was talking about the Black Silent Inventors book 8. I want to say something about it because I really would like to see more people get hold of this series. Just like, again, when we were coming up, you probably remember things like Encyclopedia Britannia.
Oh yes.
Which was
the red books.
Exactly. It was the internet of those. Yeah. But a lot of people found that essential to try to get a copy of that, whether it was brand new or second hand or however, and that was a whole heap of money.
That's right.
To try to get, but it was important in terms of, in particular, children's education. This is what we want with our books, the Scientists and Inventors book, because once the child knows this stuff that we've put in these books, my gosh, and they can say, first of all, it will give them so much encouragement. It will develop their self-esteem, their self-belief, and it will create a confidence, likened to something you haven't seen before. Now, I'll give you an example. At our recent book launch, when we had a book launch, a homeschool parent was there, was part of our panel, and 2 of her children were there on the panel, and they also gave a presentation. The presentation they gave was based on some of the scientists and inventors in our books. Why? Because they've been using those books. And they gave a testimonial in terms of how it's helped them. But to hear those words and their understanding, how they conceptualized and understood it and was able to break, things down. So they were talking about those people's biographies and so forth. But then they went into some of the science. So in terms of physics, they were breaking down atoms, and then they were going into subatomic atom structures, and they were going deep, and they were breaking down particular things. And some of these things, you're not gonna. These children were like 10 and 13 and so forth.
Okay. Good age.
You generally ain't gonna know these things until you're, last year of your A levels, doing your first degree in physics and mathematics. But these children
were grasping
that, and they love it. They find it exciting, as you should do. Because the bottom line is, we are science, we are mathematics.
That's right.
And too many of us, because of poor teaching at school, unfortunately, were made afraid of that. Made afraid. How can you be afraid when you're ancestors are the creators of that.
that.
Yeah, the oldest instruments they find for mathematics was invented in Africa. Yeah, that's not under any form of dispute or whatever. That's just fact. Fact. It's simple as that. And we've got some great people to this very day that are doing amazing things. Some people went and watched that Marvel film, The Black Panther, and they felt so emboldened, so empowered by seeing Black, and they saw Africa, and they saw all this technology coming out of Africa, and they saw this sister soldier with her technology and so forth, creating her brother's suit, the Black Panther. And they said, in their mind, they were saying, yeah, this is what we need. We need a place like Wakanda and the rest of it. And I said, we've got Wakandas in Africa. We've had Wakandas in Africa. The only reason you're saying that because you don't know.
No, that's right.
Yeah, if you studied history, you would know about the Wakandas in Africa. To this very day, when you go to West Africa, for example, in Ghana, yeah, not many people have heard of Katanka.
That's right.
Yeah, doing amazing stuff.
That's right.
Over there, amazing stuff. And you find more about that particular person in our Black Sun event is book 6. But he's doing some amazing stuff in Ghana, but it's all over Africa. There's bits and pieces. People are doing some great stuff.
We're going to have to wind up now because our time is actually finished. I didn't even realize it's finished. But what I'd like you to do is tell people about your website or how they can find you before you leave. And I know you're going to be at the next Children's Cultural Film Club on the 13th of October. So if you want to see Michael, hear more about his books and things like that, he's going to be at the Children's Cultural Film Club on the 13th. I'm going to give you more information nearer the time. But if you just tell people where they can find you, what's your website? Where can they find you?
Yeah, they can get us at the 3 W's and then bizpublications.com. That's bizpublications.com. From there, they can get to our other website as well, which is the blacksciencesinventors.com website. But just go to the bizpublications.com and they can get to that. Those who are interested in self-publishing and may want to come on one of our courses in the future, again, if you go to the Biz Publications, there should be a link to our publishing website where they could get information about self-publishing or come on one of our courses in order to get up to speed and publish successfully first time.
Well, thank you so much, Michael, for coming in. I'm sure the door's open if you've got anything that you want to share, if you want to come in again, because I love these kind of discussions where it talks about our people and whatever. So we're going to call it a day or an evening because our lovely Lady Lil is already ready and raring to go. So I'm going to put on the ads. This is Lady Leo with the Community Information Show saying goodbye. Speak to you next week, Friday. And you want to say goodbye, Michael?
Yes, thank you very much for having me here today. And I would like to say a blessed weekend to all of your listeners. Thank you very much.
Okay.